if you smell what The Rock is cooking, apparently it is solidarity with his fellow union members. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has made a 7-figure donation to SAG-AFTRA, the American Actors Union, who have been on strike since July 13th. So the specific amount has not been disclosed, but according to the union, it is the largest single donation in their history. And let's face it, Dwayne tends to go big with everything he does. So, do you have an expectation that other big celebrities should step up and donate when it comes to this strike?
Listen, I don't think that we're gonna have the expectation like, next, who's next? You better get on it, like Tom Cruise, where's your $10 million? I don't know that expectation has been set up. A challenge has certainly been thrown down. Like, these are people with big egos. And yes, Dwayne Johnson made this big donation, and it is kind of a little bit of a flex to be like, okay, the Tom Cruises and the George Clooney's, are you gonna step up too? I want to talk about, though, what this money is for. It's for the SAG-AFTRA Foundation, and that foundation supports actors. Now, there are 160,000 actors in the union, the Actors Union. You probably only know a handful of them by name, right? Most of them are not household names. In fact, 87% of the union does not meet the threshold of making $26,000 a year to get health insurance.
Right.
So the money that Dwayne just donated is going to help thousands, literally thousands of actors with health insurance, with their children's school fees, with their household fees, with rent. It is very valuable because the message here is that the union wants people to know most of the actors who are working aren't movie stars. They
87%.
That's right, 87%. And just let me give you one more statistic because I think this is important to understand. 95% of the people in the industry do not work regularly. Think about an acting job, right? They film and then it's over. And then they film and then it's over. And that's if you get called all the time. If you are someone who just books one job a year, or you book a day job a month, which is like standing in the background, I mean, that is not regular work and it doesn't pay much. So this money is gonna help a lot of people and it's quite valuable. So good on you.
I think this was necessary because I look at the aspect of communal care. This is what we do when we are caring for others. And he understands what it's like to be in an industry that doesn't have a union. WWE, wrestling, they didn't have protection. So now he's in a union and he can support the people who are fighting for the things that he wishes he could have done as well, probably in the beginning of his career, right? So there's that aspect to it too. But I think it's really important and necessary that we see people making statements. We see people sharing their support, tweeting, and that's cool. But like you said, when people don't have health insurance, when people can't afford to pay their car insurance or pay for their children's school fees, like, you know, Tom Cruise's tweet or whatever, his statement is not helping me in my day-to-day life. So come with the money because that's what we need and we need to show that we have solidarity.
I just want to make sure that we understand, like, I get it too. Like, I mean, the Tom Cruises and the Dwayne Johnsons, they also can't go on the picket line. They're too much of a distraction. So there's a strategy in the union where they don't want the high-profile actors out on the picket lines because, like, they're already millionaires and the inaccurate messaging is that this is just for millionaires. So you want, like, the mid-range actors on the picket line. So what can the Dwayne Johnsons and the Tom Cruises do? Negotiate behind the scenes, donate, and see if you can, like, you know, be a hidden help.
The only thing is, I think they're caught between a rock and a hard place. Because it's one thing to pony up all this money to help the actors, which I think is amazing of The Rock to do. But I also think, is there another way that they can exert influence? Because at the end of the day, if someone can't afford health insurance because they can't even meet the $26,000 threshold, the question should always be focused and always go back to who is getting richer, and who continues to get poorer. So if you don't want or can't pony up a 7-figure value, they're really caught because they can't also start coming at these studio heads Because those are the people who are actually also going to hire you for the next big blockbuster film. You see, so that I think that puts them in a really difficult position because maybe it's not just money.
Yeah.
It's also influence in saying, let's put pressure where the pressure is due.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say that like it's inspiring to me because like imagine if, so he's basically caring for his community, he's putting up his own money. Imagine if more CEOs did this kind of gesture to their community, which is their staff. Imagine if they decided to do that. And again, we don't have a lot of time here, but it's not unheard of. During the pandemic, there were lots of difficult times, including AMC theaters. We know people didn't go see movies enough. Movies were held up. So there have been CEOs in the past. One of them was the head of AMC Entertainment, who again, I mean, it's like he refused increases and maximum bonuses. So take this all with a grain of salt. But it probably amounted to millions. So in an indirect effect, their stock prices actually boosted. So it was a kind of win-win for both their staff and the shareholders that are running there. So there are ways around this. Hopefully this will inspire some action in different directions.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.